Welcome back to New Zealand. This is part 2 of our South Island road trip. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I have added a link in the description. I would highly recommend starting there to get full story. At the end of this video, you will also see our full travel map showing the exact route and locations we covered, all squeezed into 16 days. Honestly, it felt like the perfect balance. We were never too tired, never bored, just constantly amazed. And if you ever get a chance to travel with your friends, do it. You save a lot of car rentals and accommodation, you gain flexibility, and most importantly, you have way more fun. Day 8, we left Tiano and drove towards Wanaka. Our first stop was Kaikoura Bridge, where you can watch people doing bungee jumps. Next short stop, Crown Range Viewpoint, wide open views, winding roads below and mountains in every direction you look. One thing that really stands out in New Zealand is the quality of the roads. They are smooth, well maintained and incredibly scenic. Driving here is a pleasure. We arrived in Wanaka before check-in time, so instead of waiting we went straight to the lakeshore. And wow, Wanaka instantly felt special. We walked along the water, took our time, explored on foot and very quickly realized that Wanaka ended up being our favorite town of the entire trip. There is plenty to do, but at the same time it's less crowded, more peaceful and more relaxed. We visited at the beginning of January and the weather was absolutely perfect here. We grabbed some ice cream and continued strolling along the lake, just enjoying the moment. For the next 3 nights, we stayed in Alpine Retreat. This place was very cozy, spotlessly clean, had a swimming pool, and it's about 30 minutes walk to town. A perfect balance. That same evening we walked to see the famous Wanaka tree and then headed back for an early night because the next morning was going to start very early. We woke up at 2:30 in the morning to hike Roy's Peak. It's a short drive to the parking lot, but even at that hour people were already climbing. This hike is around 16 kilometers return. You will gain 1,300 meters in elevation and it takes around 5 to 6 hours to complete it. The hike itself is physically demanding but not technical. It's like basically one long constant incline. Very little flat ground, just up, up and more up. We started early so we could reach the viewpoint before sunrise. With clear skies, the stars were incredible, and as the sun started rising, the views just kept getting better. One thing to know while you climbing, it gets bloody hot. But the moment you stop at the top, it's freezing. Bring layers, bring spare clothes to change out of sweaty ones. Headlamp is recommended, though once your eyes adjust, you barely need it. We made it to the famous viewpoint. From there, the boys decided to continue all the way to the top, while we slowly started descending. That was unforgettable morning, worth it, do it. Back in Wanaka, we stopped for a coffee at Twice Cafe. Yes, the one with edible cup. It was actually pretty nice. The following morning, we rented electric bikes and rode to Glendhu Bay. This is 100% recommended. The track itself is mostly gravel, has some steeper sections, and it's incredibly scenic. Make sure you rent electric mountain bikes. This makes all the difference. What we done, we cycled to the bay, turned back, followed the lakeshore, then continued along the river toward Albert Town. Wanaka feels different from most places in New Zealand. It has all the incredible scenery, mountains, lake, and endless outdoor activities, but without the rush and crowds you find in bigger tourist towns. Life here moves slower, everything feels more local, and not just tourism. It's the kind of place where you come for a few days and secretly start thinking about staying longer. The same evening, we took Lake Wanaka sunset cruise. Wine, cheese platter with local delicacies, and golden light on the mountains. It cost around £20 per person, not too pricey. Worth it if you have spare time, but not something I would rush to book if your schedule is very tight. Wanaka tree became famous because it stands alone in the lake, perfectly framed by mountains, simple, minimal, and photogenic in any season. On day 11, we left Wanaka and headed towards Franz Josef. The drive normally takes around 5 to 6 hours, but trust me, you will want more time. We stopped at the Blue Pools. Unfortunately, the first bridge was closed for reconstruction. We knew that, but still decided to walk up to the river. It's definitely worth it and it's nice. It doesn't take long time to reach the first bridge. The tip would be here, don't forget mosquito repellent, because once you stop by the river, they just attack you. Once you hit the coast, the scenery changes completely. Cliffs, wild ocean, dense forest, and endless viewpoints. Just stop wherever you like. Every view feels different. We arrived in Franz Josef town and drove straight towards Lake Mapourika. Lush green forest, grazing cows, and calm surroundings. This lake is famous for its perfect reflections of surrounding mountains, but unfortunately it was a little bit windy when we arrived, so no mirror-like reflections for us. If you have a chance, go there early in the morning. Possibility that you will get that perfect picture. However, it's still a beautiful walk. This area is also home to kiwis. Our bed and breakfast owner told us that she lived here for almost 20 years. She could hear them at night, but never saw one. They are incredibly shy birds. We stayed at Rapotini's bed and breakfast for one night, and it honestly felt like holidays at your grandparents' farm. Sheep grazing, chickens running around, clean room, and lovely family breakfast in the morning. That night, Amontes spent hours stargazing with Fox Glacier somewhere in the distance. Day 12, we headed towards Nelson. First stop, Franz Josef Glacier Viewpoint. It's a short walk from the car park, but that's as close as you can get. Back in 1908, the glacier ended almost exactly at this point. Since then, it has retreated several kilometers up the valley due to rising temperatures, reduced snowfall in the southern Alps, and increased melting during warmer summers, making Franz Josef one of the fastest retreating glaciers in New Zealand. We took a short detour to see Hokitika Gorge, and the color of the water is just unreal. That bright turquoise comes from fine glacial rock particles suspended in the river, reflecting the light. The walk here is short and easy, with well-maintained paths and swing bridges that take you across the gorge, offering incredible views from above. Even though the river looks calm, the gorge was carved by powerful glacial meltwater thousands of years ago, and the water remains freezing cold all year. Definitely a place to admire from the track rather than jump in. We made a stop at the Pancake rocks in Punakaiki, and this place is truly unique. The walk is short, flat, and very easy, following a well-built coastal path with viewing platforms along the way. The rock formations look like stacks of pancakes, formed over millions of years as layers of limestone were slowly compressed and then shaped by wind, rain, and the power of the ocean. During high tide or rough seas, waves crash into the blowholes below, sending water shooting high into the air, and if you're lucky, you might even spot dolphins jumping out of the water in the distance. The drive toward Franz Josef is one of the most scenic sections of the entire South Island. The road hugs the wild west coast, with dense rainforest on the one side and the Tasman Sea crashing against cliffs on the other. Every few minutes there's a new viewpoint, Empty beaches, dramatic headlands, and powerful waves make it impossible not to stop again and again. It's one of the drives where the journey itself becomes just as memorable as the destination. The drive from Franz Josef to Nelson takes around 6 to 7 hours, 8+ hours for us. We arrived in Nelson and checked into the Honest Lawyer Ascent Hotel, ready for a slower pace. On the day 13th, we drove to Split Apple Rock Beach. This perfectly round rock split in half is believed to have formed due to natural erosion along a crack in the granite. The beaches here were very busy, beautiful weather, golden sand, turquoise water, a very different vibe compared to the south of the island. On day 14th, we drove to Kaikoura. Here we were staying in Timahuru Retreat, family-owned, incredibly clean and beautiful place. We were greeted here by 2 friendly dogs, alpacas in the garden, and just surrounded peace and quietness. Same day we drove to Ōhau Point Seal Colony, a stunning coastal stretch with dozens of seals, their pups, seagulls everywhere. Please respect nature here, don't touch anything and keep your distance. This coastline was also uplifted during 2016 Kaikōura earthquake, rising parts of the seabed several meters above sea level, something you can still clearly see today. Day 15, back to Christchurch. We drove back, went to the city center, bought some souvenirs, and in the evening, sadly watched our last sunset in New Zealand. This was one hell of a trip. At first, when we landed, parts of New Zealand reminded us of Lithuania. Flat land, open fields, even a bit like UK countryside. But once you go deeper, day by day, you fall in love more and more. There is so much more to see and do here. Hopefully one day we will return. If you can, extend your stay, spend a month, let yourself fully sink into New Zealand's vibe. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe because we show you the real experience, exactly what you will see and nothing else. See you soon on another trip.